Okay guys, just a quick update. I want to get this video up pretty quick. I would like to point out, you can see price is moving up this trend line right here. Support, 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 support. As long as we're above this blue trend line, obviously price can push higher. I would like to point out, as you can see, price is pushing up while the RSI is angling down. This is bearish divergence. So guys, pay attention. This chart has been updated. If we do break, like if we break this blue trend line, it is very possible we start retracing down to test some lower targets. I'm not talking about a crash, guys, just a retrace to look for a good entry, a re-entry point. Let me give you some price targets. So if we do break this blue line, watch this right here. This was a lot of resistance became support. This around 21,837. Your next major support below is going to be 20,930. You will have very strong support down here. This would be a good entry point, 19,874. You can see all this resistance. This will flip as support. So if we do drop this low, again, this would be a good point to buy in around 19,000, let's say 900. And then you will have support down here around 18,847. This here is the Coinbase 321.20 weekly. I would like to point out, notice this blue, this is actually a fib channel line. Notice we found resistance at it. As soon as we pushed above it, we pumped. Notice we pumped right to this fib channel line here and got rejected. I would like to point out the MACD is just shooting straight up. So according to the MACD on the 4-hour, we have much higher to go. Obviously, if we start going sideways, this could start angling down, kind of leveling off. But again, according to the 4-hour, there's more room to the upside. But keep in mind, look how high this is. This is already on the 4-hour at 967. And the last time we topped out, we were at 454. So this is insane. The FOMO is crazy right now, but just be cautious. Look, this is where we topped out at this line currently, 23,590. If we push up, your next likely target to get rejected, if we push up, 26,689. So you have access to this chart. Make sure you load it up. Let me give you some targets to the downside. So if we do get rejected from this point, your next likely support is going to be 22,240. And then you have your next fib channel line here. You can see this was a lot of resistance. Let me make this red. Hold on. So right here. So again, this would be a likely support level. This hasn't really been tested. I'm saying this is a point to possibly catch a bounce, but because you can see how much resistance this was, this is likely a very strong support level, 20,425. And then of course, if we do drop lower, you can see this green line here has been a lot of support. Plus you have this blue trend line that was resistance that when we pushed above it, we had our pump. So this would be very strong support around 18,713. Let's see, this chart I've covered in a few videos. So this red line represents, this is our peak in 2013. And this is when we came up and tested our previous all-time high. Notice that we did get rejected at this yellow ring. We got rejected. Hold on a sec. You see we got rejected, came down, tested again. We pushed above the yellow ring, but notice we came back down and we tested it. I'm not saying this happens to happen, guys. I'm just saying if this plays out like our previous one, you can see this red line. This is our previous peak, 2017. This is where we tested our previous all-time high. There's a lot of resistance. We finally pushed above it, pushed above the yellow ring, just like back here. Pushed above the yellow ring. So all I'm saying is if we do end up having a correction coming back down, if this is playing out like our last bull run, this is a likely target right here. If we come back down and test this point, this is 18,748. That's pretty close to these targets here. So that's pretty on par. So do pay attention to this. These charts have been updated. Let me give you a target to the upside. This is the 1120. These are the ones I've been talking about on Twitter. So look, if we push up, likely resistance level, this is 24,669. And actually, let's see, this is 26,689. And your next target above, 26,000. So look, it's very likely. I would pay attention to this chart. Again, the MACD is angling up. So if we do push up, watch 26,689. And again, that is pretty much on par with this next white ring above. This is the same fib circle here. So you can see this would be next likely target to potentially get a rejection. So 26,000 seems very likely if we continue to push up. according to this chart, support levels. Your next major support is going to be around 20,454, depending on when you make contact. And then you will have strong support down here at 17,700, and then again this white ring, as I mentioned previously in that previous video, around 16,000. And take note, the MACD, this is on the 3 hour. You can see these blue bars. You see the lighter blue bars means it's starting to kind of level off and angle down. There is a little bit more room on the MACD on the 3 hour. You can see it is angled up, but it looks like it's starting to begin to level off. Again, if we start moving sideways, this will level off, and as soon as it starts angling down, that means we can start coming down. Guys, we are way up here on the 3 hour. We're already at we're at 1,000 on the MACD. I mean, you can see previously we were at 503 and we got a correction back here. We were at 219 and got a correction. So guys, we are way overextended. I'm not saying we can't go higher. I'm just saying be cautious, practice some risk management. This is the peak of the bull run chart. I covered this previously. All I want to point out, guys, while yes, we are pushing up, I'm not saying get out. I'm just saying be cautious. Take note, this blue trend line, this is a fib channel line we've been respecting. There's a lot of support and resistance going way back. If you'll notice right here, this was our previous bull run in 2016. Notice when we pushed above this orange ring became resistance. We pushed above it. We came back down, tested it as support. So actually, if we zoom in a bit, you can see when we pushed above it, it was resistance, pushed above it, we came down, tested this blue trend line, came back up, then we tested the orange ring, and then we pushed up higher. So if this is playing out like our last bull run, you can see we did push above this orange ring. This is that same trend line, so it goes way back. We've been respecting this, since, well, actually this trend line goes all the way back to 2013, so it's a very important support and resistance level. So what I'm saying is, even I believe that we are headed to 300,000 on December 2021, but even to be on track to hit that target, we can still have a pretty big correction. These are bars copied from our previous bull run. This was a correction of 32%, and you can see right now, we're testing this white ring. All I'm saying is, we could still have quite a correction if we come down and test this right here, this blue trend line that we've been respecting since 2013. If we come down and test this, that is a correction of 40%. That's a pretty good drop. We could push higher. I'm just saying be cautious. This could come down. When we're in a bull run, we always come down and eventually test that 20 week. So it's possible the 20-week moving average might be wherever this blue line is when we make contact. So do pay attention to that. And most importantly, guys, if you have access to my charts, load up the Bitstamp daily moving averages, 300, 200, 100. You can see this this red ring was resistance. It was resistance. We pushed above it, became support. So we got our pump. So look, this right here, this is our 20-week moving average, this yellow line right here. Notice we came down, we tested it, we pushed up. At some point, we're going to come back down and test this, wherever this might be. But I would like to point out this fib circle right here. When we cross the blue ring, we break the 20-week, we come down. We cross this blue ring, we broke the 20-week, we came down. So I'm not saying that has to happen again. We could cross this blue ring and we could get a moonshot. Or we could cross this blue ring and what happened previously, the previous two blue rings could play out again. But what we're waiting to see is, do we just consolidate like this and the 20-week starts moving up to catch up to us? Or, does the 20-week just kind of do like this and we come down and we test it? But the most important thing is, when we do make contact with this ring, let's say we do something like this and then the 20-week is right here. Guys, pay attention to that point. This is the apex of this ring. So if you have access to the charts, put your cursor over it, look down, you can see the date. But it's just when you make contact is when you want to pay attention, because that's when we cross this ring. I'm expecting one hell of a move. So again, depending on what price is when we make contact, but I'll probably do a live stream when we do cross this ring. But again, just going by these two previous rings, we got a major move every time we crossed it. Yes, it was to the downside. I'm not saying it has to be to the downside, but I do expect a major move at this point. That's it, guys. If you want to access these charts, the website's opticalartcrypto.com. The link will be in the description. All these charts play out live, so click the link, they load up. And again, don't forget, guys, this is bearish divergence. We're moving up this trend line. As soon as we break it, I think we'll probably come down and test some of these lower targets. That's it, guys. Till the next video. Trade safe.